Hey guys, welcome to another episode of VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled. We finally found the last of the video footage for our project Budget EF. So, the car's together and we need to get it running. We're also going to make a few changes along the way as well. Now, there's been a lot of questions in the comments, and one of the things I've decided to do is make one more video after this one where I'm going to take all of your questions and try to answer them best as I can. But a lot of the questions have to do with things that weren't really covered in the video, so we've decided to do another EF engine swap, and that video will be coming out soon. As a matter of fact, this wiring harness right here is a CRV harness, and we're going to be using this harness in that car to get it running. So I'm going to show you guys how to take an automatic harness, convert it over to manual, and then also convert it for use with K-tuner or have it designed to be used with Honda as well. So let's get to the next part of our Budget EF videos. Okay, it looks like we've got everything done. So what we're going to do right now is connect the computer to the K-tuner ECU, upload a program to it, base map basically. And I like that base map basically. And then we will see if it fires up.
With an engine that's been sitting so long, it's probably a good idea to prime the oil. The oil settles down inside the oil pan, which means it's not primed inside the engine. So what we'll do is we pull the plugs, the spark plugs, and we'll be able to crank it. And that'll allow it from starting, but allow to prime the oil into the engine. And a good way for you to know that the engine is primed is you just watch the oil light. When the oil light turns off, that means it's got pressure. Key on.
And then we'll figure out what I did left unplugged.
Yep.
What's the question there? Yeah.
Crank it over.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Dead.
I don't know.
Not enough juice.
Maybe.
Crank it.
It doesn't rev past forward.
You gotta check engine light then.
I don't see it.
Okay, so we have our VSS working now, and to put it more succinctly, to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get it to work, is you need to take on the B plug of the cabin harness, the B computer plug, the wire A16 actually goes to the dash. You need to get a jumper wire to go from B16, B as in boy, B16 on the cabin harness to A18 on the ECU harness, and that's how you get your vehicle speed sensor to work properly. That and this little 4,000% correction right there. Those two things, and you can run your K-tuner ECU off of the stock VSS in the dash on your EF Civic and your DA Integra.
So after a series of troubleshooting, we got the idle fixed right, we got all the codes cleared. These are base model axles. We noticed that the driver's side seemed a little short, so we're gonna go test that right now to see if it works. so no codes. The axle seems really good, so I think we're ready to button it up, clean all the stuff out of here, and go rip it.
After driving the car around a little bit with our new shift mechanism, I noticed that the shifter wasn't exactly where I wanted it. It wasn't centered as much as I'd like, so we decided to make a few changes to it. So what I did was I took the basic design we had and just adjusted some of the links between where the shift lever sits and the cables held, and that actually helped bring the shift lever a little more upright. I noticed when you went into reverse gear on a 6-speed, it was a little bit too far over the right, so I just adjusted a few things around a little bit to kind of straighten that up. So we're trying our new shift plate in now to see how it all fits.
As Brian was redesigning the shift plate, I came up with another idea. This is a popular idea within the Honda community right now, where the drag racers are actually using these billet aluminum like shift plates that also incorporate a handbrake, such as this. This car is going to be a drag car, and we're also going to be operating the staging brake with this master cylinder setup. So I thought, well, since we can, why don't we just add that into the same plate? So Brian went and added some material here. We're going to go ahead and replace this one with this one, which is also offset correctly, so that we'll be able to shift in the gears properly, and also have a pretty cool deal. I think it's going to look. I think he's going to be pretty excited about it because we haven't told him about it yet, and so we'll have it mounted. Oh! I think he died.
Got it.
This is the Accord part.
Yeah.
This washer is.
That was off the Accord.
Okay, so that's something to keep in mind is that this nut and washer is off of the Accord. You're gonna reuse this. So this is the K series shift cable. These bushings here is part of the shifter, the shift plate, and then this washer and nut is off of the Accord. But I'm just gonna give it a whirl. Oh yeah, reverse is totally like the shifts are so much closer now.
Oh, they feel better?
Oh, totally, and it doesn't feel like it goes back as far. So, oh yeah, this feels like they're really tight. I like it. Hey, what do you know?
Got my measurements right.
Yeah.
And I hate to admit it, but I only measured once.
Nice, except now we need nuts. Let's test it out. That's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Yeah, like, this is how they're doing it. Oh, actually, they're doing like this first. So it would be already in first gear, holding, revving it to like 20,000 RPM. Bing, 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 bing. VTEC, yo!
Sweet.
Yeah,
That turned out okay.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty solid, and that's just with those 5. We haven't put the two rears. You know, I mean it's solid. It's totally solid. Like, this is gonna be a cool part. I think people are gonna really like this.
That concludes our Budget EF series, except for the one more video that's going to be coming out soon. If you have questions about this project, please leave them down below and we'll get to those in the next video. Thanks again for tuning in.